You wouldn't read about it. Someone's tipped the car over.
Welcome back to week 2 of the road to Melbourne. So after a solid week 1, we dive into week 2, kicking things off from Tuesday, as Monday is that famed day of rest and recovery now. So Tuesday morning and I'm back on the treadmill at the gym for my threshold session. The footage is pretty shitty on these, sorry, but I'm in a commercial gym with people on each side of me on the treadmill, and I'm pretty certain that at 5 AM, nobody really wants to be next to a flog throwing his GoPro around at strange angles, so we're just getting this view. My session today was 3 by 10 minutes with a 90-second float, and again, I didn't exceed that 5:07 pace that I've set myself as a limit. And I think this is actually working pretty well, as I've been building up to this and reintroducing my hamstring to that quicker workload at longer intervals. My average heart rate averaged around 145 beats for this session, including the warm-up and cooldown, and sat between 160 and 165 on my 10-minute threshold reps, so I'd say that's pretty bang on pace-wise and heart rate-wise for what I'm looking for in these reps at the moment. After my workday had concluded, I was off for my second session of the day to runners prep, once again focusing on the strength and conditioning side of this sport that so many people seem to neglect. Cough, Andy, cough.
Morning. It's Wednesday. You can't see me, really. We're trying something different today though. It's 5:40 AM and we're gonna go a hot temple ride. I don't know if I can take my camera in there or not. We'll see how I go, but it's riding a stationary bike in 38-degree heat. So that sounds like fun. Let's go get it.
So the padded bike shorts were out again in force, and this was actually a banger of a time. It was on a recovery day for me, so my aim wasn't to go hell's bells in this class, it was just very much a cruisy recovery ride. So I parked myself in the corner, hoped no one would notice me, and I just did a zone 2 ride. But the awesome thing about this place was that it was so easy to keep my heart rate in zone 2 without working hard on the bike at all.
Alright, well I just finished my hot temple class. It was a fucking banger. It was really good fun. I just was a bit of a pussy and just used it as a recovery day. So it was just super easy to keep my heart rate in zone 2 because of the heat. And it was good fun. Do you recommend? It's Thursday and out for 60 minutes easy today, and I'm swapping easy back to zone 2, so like right easy, because I have been running my easy runs at like 6-minute pace, which does feel fairly easy, but my heart rate generally at the top of zone 3, so it's probably not that true easy. So I'm just running with heart rate today, keep it in the blue, and it's like 7 minutes 15 pace. So yeah, 60 minutes, freezing cold, I love it.
Thursday morning was an icy son of a bitch. It was -1 degree. There was ice all over the roads, and I can safely say, though the ASIC Gel Nimbus 25 might be a comfy shoe to run in, its traction is dog shit. It is not built for icy mornings on the road. As mentioned, I've made a change to my easy runs to put them back into zone 2 and ensure that they are truly easy. And I think this is an important step in my mental game with the changes that I'd like to make in my running program over the next few coming months. A few hours later and we were back in the runner's prep lair, building calves of domination and bulletproof butt cheeks for my second session of the day.
It's Friday night and we're out doing the Live Loop. So this is Livy's 6-kilometer loop that we're doing while she's trying to get a little bit of extra fitness in for state cross country, and trying to stick at like 5:40 pace, so nothing silly. But for me, I have to wear super shoes to run this pace. An old mate, it's just an easy run, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but at least I found a good use for my Zoom Fly 5s, the worst shoe I've ever bought.
I can wear them out here, and I don't care if they get wrecked.
So Liv's Loop, as I call it, is a 6-kilometer loop with a bunch of bullshit hills to run up, and I've been using this as my second session of the week, a 6k tempo hill session. And if I'm honest, it's probably sitting right on the line for me. I average 160 beats per minute for this session, so I think it's right on that sweet spot just before threshold. I just got to be careful not to tip over it, as I do struggle through this session quite a bit.
One of the first big hills pretty much destroyed me. How you doing?
Alright.
That's what you want to hear.
We'll also one day remember just how quickly it gets dark out here. Should have taken the headlamp on the actual run.
This is what Livy calls her BMX track, but I'm not sure anyone would be dumb enough to ride a BMX in here and come up the other side. But you're determined to call it your BMX track, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, here's the horrible part. Up we go.
I reckon you'd be a lot more impressed if you could actually see the path and the hill here.
And now you think, yay, we made it up and we're out. But we're going downhill for a little bit, and then we go up another like 1.7. I'm dying here. Alright, we're all done. Probably can't see anything with a headlamp. I don't know if, no, that doesn't help, but we're done. It's dark. Just doing a cool down now. How'd you go?
Alright.
Alright. A special shout out. Give a big shout out to Luddy.
Hi, Lottie.
He'll watch this video. You can always count on Luddy.
Saturday morning. It's time to go swimming. I have really gone off swimming and I can't be bothered, but I'm 400 meters away from the 4-kilometer swim badge for June. So we're going swimming. All right, well, swim completed. I did a kilometer in like 26 or something minutes to get my badge. And then I did some aqua jogging because I watched Inga Britson a while ago on YouTube. So now I'm an aqua jogger. So I just did 5 by 2 minutes on, 1 minute off. Then I sat in the steam room for 20 minutes. And now I'm done. Whole day's ahead of me. Wonders.
Good morning. It's Sunday. So long run day, which has become my favourite run day out here. It's rad. So I'm out here with my mate, who's over there. She doesn't enjoy my pace at all. And slogging out 19k's today, just easy. Though even at easy pace, the hills still put me backwards. But that's okay. That's good for you. So next weekend I got the Run Melbourne Half Marathon, and I'm just going to use that as a long run. I originally was going to run it on my sort of prep towards Melbourne Marathon, and I wanted to run better than I did at the Port Arlington one, which was like 1:48:33 or something. So I put myself in the A wave, which was 1:26 to 1:45, and I'm probably going to run like 2 hours. So yeah, but otherwise I just get through today, get up these hills and get amongst it. Do you know what I hate about exploring new roads out here? When you go on one that you haven't been on before and it's all downhill, because you know you're eventually going to have to go all the way fucking back up. Alright, I got a bit of downhill so I can actually talk. I think I'm just about 13 k's in to this. Been making it, like the effort's been real easy in terms of how fast I'm trying to run, but the hills, like, just regardless of that easy effort up the hills, skyrocket my heart rate to like 160, 165 area, all the way up the sort of top of threshold. So I listened to Dan Nash's podcast, I think it's called The Physiology of Endurance Running, and I listened to the Sir Pock episode because it was mentioned on Inside Running podcast about the Norwegian singles method, which is just, you know, fucking threshold. But anyway, it now has the name Norwegian singles method. But it did get me thinking that it would probably be something really good for someone like me to avoid always trying to push harder in sessions. So starting next week, I'm going to give that a crack because I'm the ultimate fad chaser, talking to the one and only 3x30 minute hot bath a week to increase my red blood cell count, 25-minute 5k specialist. So, but I'm going to give it a crack, and what I'm going to do is Tuesday, Thursdays basically are going to be like, say 20 by 2 minutes off 60 seconds for Tuesday, and then 4 by 8 minutes on the Thursday or something like that off 60 seconds. But rather than do a third one on the Saturdays, I'm just gonna keep my long run in the hills like this for sort of my third section, because my heart rate spikes massively on these anyway, sort of around that 155 area. I reckon even for an average, I'm not sure how that'll pan out, but it gets pretty high because it's pretty taxing for me. So I figure that's a good sort of third session to have if I can keep it around that, because I just feel like there has to be benefit doing your long runs out here and just not on the flat all the time. They're just, I don't know, I feel like there has to be. So that's what I'm chasing anyway, and we'll just do that on a cycle. Hopefully it gives me some good structure. Hopefully it's injury proof because I'm not trying to push everything faster all the time, and we'll just track our improvements. Yeah. You wouldn't read about it. Someone's tipped the car over. It's raining, so now I'm happy with my jacket choice. About 3 k's to go, 2.5, so nearly there. Another tick in the box is Sunday long run. I'm out here in my Hoka 9s, which they kind of started it all for me, and I was like, these are the best shoes in the fucking world. Everyone buy Hoka Clifton 9s. And then I bought some other shoes and I was like, there's lots of other better fucking shoes out there. So I'm just trying to run these into the ground so I can get rid of them. And then I have some other pairs, like Asics Gel Nimbus 25 I have to run into the ground to get rid of. I'm on a self-imposed shoe ban until I've ran through some of the shoes I actually have before I buy any more new ones. I think that was a big mistake that I made when I started running, because I look for answers in all the wrong places, i.e. this shoe. If I buy this shoe, I'm gonna run faster. So I bought a whole bunch of shoes thinking now I'm all set with shoes, but obviously new shoes come out that are better, and now I'm stuck with like 17 fucking pairs of running shoes, and I have to run through them. Rookie mistake.
All right, we're back in the car and we're done. So it was about 19.2 kilometers, 148 for my heart rate average with a max of 165. So I think that's pretty good rolling through those hills. And like I said, just treating that as a third kind of session. I think my average pace was like 6:55, so I'm definitely not flying through there, but again, I think it's ticking all the boxes for what I hopefully need it to do. It's about 46 kilometers for the week in total, for week 2. So we'll try and bump that up next week and just sort of keep rolling. I got the half marathon in Melbourne next Sunday, which I'm just going to use as an expensive long run. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you all next week.